Hello everyone and welcome back to more iRacing. Today we return here with the Ferrari Fixed series, and some of you might remember last week I mentioned that the ringmaster that week, of course, GT3 cars at the Nordschleife was an Assetto Corsa driver's wet dream. This comes pretty close. It's obviously Ferrari Fixed, so it's the all-new Ferrari 296 GT3 car, and as you can quite clearly see, we're heading to Spa today, the second track that, you know, people just close their eyes at night, think of open lobbies, and it's what they think of. How are we going to get on? Get yourself subscribed. Of course, the Ferrari Fixed series, I start from the back, so hopefully we can try and have a good race out. Well, getting ready then to go green here from Spa-Francorchamps. We're starting this one down in P19, and it might well be last place, unless this guy fancies catching back up to the rest of... What's he doing? Come on, there's such a gap up to the cars in front. Don't quite know what this is all about, but... Okay, this might end up being one of the weirdest starts I have on iRacing this season. Looks like he might finally be almost caught up to the rest of the field. Don't really know what to make of that one, but as we... Yeah, he still hasn't caught up, has he? As we round our way out the final couple of corners. It is going to be green flag racing then, and where can we recover to then? From right at the back of the field. Not helped, of course, by that start, but are we going to see some carnage through the first couple of corners? It is a GT3 race here at Spa. Yes, we are. We will take the 1X there, I believe. Get back on the road. We'll pick up a 1 second slowdown for my troubles. Hopefully we're going to be able to try and get rid of that as well as we head down in towards Eau Rouge and Radion then. Come on, get rid of that slowdown as best as possible. I don't get how it reckons we've gained half a second through Eau Rouge because of it. So we're going to have to head down. Where's the Delta? We're off the throttle and it's still not going back down. I have no idea what to make of that, but come on, go, 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 go. There we go, finally got rid of it then, so... Yeah, pretty much a nightmare first sector then, but instantly there's more and more carnage by the looks of it up the road. So you can see on the relative, 2 more cars, 1 in the wall, and reversing back across the middle of the road. And another one slow as we head down in towards, I believe, Malmedy, isn't it? As we make our way down the hill. But yeah, must admit, of course, you know, mentioned this before last week at Zandvoort. I'm quite a big fan of the way this thing sounds. Not my favourite car in terms of the way it drives, to be completely honest, but you know, that will come with more seat time as 2 in front of me almost come together down through Blanchimont. Whoa, that's a big curb to whack in your brand new Ferrari, but he's going to try and recover it as we make our way down towards the next couple of corners. Kind of just stuck all in the wrong places at the moment. It really, yeah, has been a lap 1 to forget. There's some debris there on the racing line as well, so someone else has clearly had a little bit of an incident as we try and then head out of Stavelot. Are we going to be able to try and get a good run as we head up the hill? We definitely have gained a couple of places on lap 1, just nowhere near as much as I was hoping for, and you can still see how on earth have they collected each other there. Another couple of cars off the road. We just about avoid a 1X. So we make our way in towards the bus stop chicane. On the inside there is going to go for a bit of a diving manoeuvre in there. Well, they're going to meet at the apex because they're on the outside. Apparently didn't want to give him any room at all there. Not too sure whether Johnny just hadn't spotted him or what. But up over the line then. We're up to P14 at the end of lap 1. So, yeah, we've gained a few places there. There's almost into the back of Levi in front. But yeah, we're going to need about P11. It might even be P10, I think, if we want to try and gain any I rating from this one. You can still see some cars battling a little bit further up the road, of course. It is a GT3 car, and a modern GT3 car will do a Rouge and Radion completely pinned, even in the slipstream. I'd love to go to Spa 24 next year, or yeah, next year in real life. I'd love to see some GT3 cars heading around this circuit. As a little bit of netcode then as we make our way to the top of the hill. And yeah, Levi definitely not particularly confident on the brakes, so we need to try and find a way around, but seems to be pretty good actually through the corners. So I don't think he's actually lacking too much speed. I think he's just not particularly confident up behind Johnny in front. Maybe a little bit of damage, of course, on both of those cars as well, but trying to leave it in second gear through these couple of corners, then get it back up to third through the apex so you can carry the speed down the hill. Of course, you know, it is still trying to drive these cars around the traction control as best as possible. We get a nice run down through Blanchimont there. Again, going to try and keep it completely pinned, use that curbing on the outside, and we'll just show the nose there. See if we can just force a little bit of a mistake there. Get him wondering, get him a little bit nervous. You know, potentially starting to drive a little bit on edge there. And of course, you know, when a driver's carrying a lot of tension through their body, often it will lead to more mistakes. But that's not quite what I wanted. Oh, big snap of oversteer on the exit as well, for good measure. That's going to be our second instant point then of the day, and it's going to completely ruin any slipstreaming chance I had as we make our way back up the hill. But looks like we are taking time still. Some of the cars a little bit further up. Of course, again, Radion. Sorry, not Radion. Where am I on about? Sorry, that's Blanchimont, isn't it? I've been calling poo on Blanchimont all this time. I don't know how I've suddenly got worse at my Spa track corner names. Having a nightmare, apparently, today on iRacing. But, yeah, back over the line then. Of course, it does depend on carnage and chaos, but P11 is looking sensibly like all we might be able to get here is, yeah, Levi very, very good at getting the power down off the corners. So we are going to have to try and think of a way that we can try and capitalise. It might be a question of the slipstream down the back straight. Use all the curbing you can get away with up through Rouge and Radion once again. It's actually worth short shifting slightly early into sixth gear in this car as well. It doesn't quite actually reach the red line, obviously up the hill here, but yeah, worth trying to get the extra torque from the V6 engine. Of course, hyper technology in the road car, but none of that to be found yet in GT3. I wonder just how far away it is, though, before these cars. Are you running hybrids as we round our way back down the hill? Still a couple of cars battling in front, so we can see up to 10th place. So again, just trying to really make sure that we're using the track limits around here. It looks like Ivan running into some issues and he's going to be sat right on the racing line as we head down the hill. Really not great positioning, but we won't worry about it all too much either. So that's going to be another freebie then, as we make our way down in towards the final sector. And again, it seems like these couple of corners, again, seem to be able to get a good run on the way in, but struggling slightly to get the run off of the corners. So we'll try and make sure, see what the... Oh, hello. That's going to be a 1X as well. Again, it's going to compromise my run off the corner. We really do need a couple of races where the instant count, though, is nice and low. But yeah, are we going to be able to try and get a slipstream run as we head our way up through Blanchimont? It's going to be very, very difficult. Obviously, when we're tucked under the rear wing of the car in front now, actually, able to keep it pretty nicely flat. And I think we're going to have to go for a bit of a dive. I'll show the nose.
Left side.
I mean, he's kind of just come across me in the end, hasn't he? It felt like he'd left the door open and then decided to... Oh, come on! How does the back end break free like that on this thing? I don't know why he's calling me an idiot. He'd opened up the door and then slammed it shut again.
Halfway home. Fuel looks good.
You know, you can't move like that under braking, and obviously waited for him, which hindsight is a beautiful thing. Maybe it wasn't worth doing in the end there. So back down to P15, so clearly there has been a little bit more carnage. But are we going to be able to try and recover some spots?
The gap in front is now 4.5 seconds. Incident in Lecoum.
More instance up through Lecoum.
Turn 9.
Are we going to be able to claim any more freebies? We can only hope here, you know. Seem to have a really good week 1. And week 2, for the most part, has been a bit of a nightmare. As you can see, a kick up of sand and dust. But, oh, there we go. There is a car. So we've got 2 now battling just in front of me again. Hopefully, we can try and bring down the time. We've only got a couple more laps to go then, and now we have closed up to the back of Silvio, who does really seem to be struggling in their car at the moment. Are we going to be able to try and get a run again up through Radion? Not up through Blanchimont even. Don't know why I'm getting all my corner names wrong today. Here at Spa-Francorchamps, we'll show the nose, see if we can force an error, which it looks like we have.
Clear left.
Try and see if we can switch off the corner. Around the outside we'll go. It looks like he's dropped it as well then, so similar kind of error to what I made. Levi and Luca in front there, seemingly slowing each other down. So let's just not say this race is over, as I think, yeah, we got another one, another lap after this one.
There's an incident in.
Looks like Luca having even more issues, so that's going to be another one gained. Are we going to have time to close up to Joel by the end? I don't think we are, unless he makes a mistake, but yeah, really do feel like this race, whoa, considering everything that's happened, if we could walk away with anything from it, whether it's some SR or some iRacing, I would take it, but I'm not convinced we are. I think it's going to be another race, a double negative for us. We really just had a horrible week. Right in the final corner then to start the last lap. Going to be another personal best of the day as we get re-promoted back into P13. Then not too sure how many iRacing it reckons we'll lose.
That lap was a 220.7.
Quite happy with a 220.7, I won't lie, but hopefully we can try and find just a little bit more here right at the end of the session. Yeah, clearly quicker than all three of the cars in front of me at the moment. But, yeah, just knew this race was going to be tough right from, whoa, the offset. That's going to be another 1x as we get nice and leery over the top of Rally on that time. Haven't had that all afternoon, but yeah, not too sure. I guess I just don't really suit the driving style of the Ferrari. Not a big fan of the mid-engine cars, of the GT3s on iRacing, to be honest. Much prefer the front-engine cars. They sort of suit my personal driving style a little bit more, so, you know, your Mercs or your BMWs, but yeah, it really does seem like we've just had a bit of a nightmare week, haven't we? Just not quite able to do what I want with the cars when I need to, but you know, getting back into more iRacing between now and the end of the year. Hopefully, yeah, we'll try and find my mojo once again and obviously try and get some better results. Need to get back up over 2k as well. You know, as I've mentioned before in a couple of videos, would love to try and get 2.5k across all 4 platforms, and therefore have 10,000 iRating all together. But, you know, it's not particularly easy to achieve. As rounding our way, though, through the Fanya chicane for the final time this afternoon. Don't pick up another 1x, especially for the sake of it. We know, yeah, there has been good pace in the car, but, you know, it's a fun car to push, but you overstep the limit even by just an inch, and it will immediately try and go around on you, which is rather scary to try and go up against from time to time. But, yeah, I'll have a little bit of a, we'll have a look at the incident with Levi as well when we finish this race. Just sort of see what we make of it. But yeah, personally I feel like he did come across me, which is, you know, frustrating, especially obviously when I waited for him, and then obviously the car just traction bogged off the exit of the bus stop there. But round in the final corner, it's going to be P13 here at Spa-Francorchamps there. Not a bad drive from the back of the grid. Let's have a look at that incident, and we will take a look at our final results. Well, let's have a look then at this incident as we make our way up in towards the final couple of corners. We'll slow it down just a little bit. You can see we've made it pretty clear nice and early that we are going to be going down the inside there. Levi has gone over to the outside, so straight line braking now, and you can just see as we get to here, he's just started moving across me again. I feel like there might have been a little bit of netcode involved as well, but yeah, it kind of feels like, you know, he's kind of spotted me going for it, wanted to try and slam the door, and has kind of done it a bit too late there. You know, at this point it's very, very clear that we've gone down the inside. You can see he's already turning in for the corner, almost sort of Senna and Prost-esque. Feel like we had enough speed to slow the car down, but of course then as soon as obviously I've spotted him trying to turn in, of course we've just kind of had to, you know, just do straight line braking, as you can see there. Of course, you know, as soon as we get to that point, it's all about just trying to get the car stopped, and clearly he's not giving me enough room on the inside there. And yeah, what happens on the exit though, I think it's just really, really odd. Just back end completely broke free. I've not had anything like that in a GT3 car in quite a while, and well, lucky that we didn't ram it against the wall as well. Well, having a look then at our final race results, a minus 0.09 SR is not as bad as I could have thought it would have gone there. As you can see, it leaves us on a 2.0 flat, but minus 26 iRating as well. We're back down into the mid-1800s range there. Yeah, from P19 on the grid though, obviously 2P13 come the checkered flag there. It was actually Joel as well. No, it wasn't Joel, sorry, it was P17, wasn't it? Who stopped on the opener there, and that was actually Silvio as well. So yeah, a bit of a nightmare race all round, but we will be back next week, of course, week 3 of the iRacing Championships. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise, and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.